Hello everyone, I am Kirti Amolik, Assistant Professor in Chemistry at RBNB College, Srirampur. In the last lecture of the Physical Chemistry of SY-BSc, paper first, we have started the first chapter, Chemical Kinetics. In that chapter, we have studied the zero order reactions in the last lecture and its characteristics. Now for this lecture, we are going to study the first order reaction, mathematical expression for the first order reaction and its characteristic. Now let us start the expression or mathematical expression for the first order reaction. Now from the rate constant and law of mass action, we know that the rate constant of the any reaction, it is dependent upon the concentration of the reactant. So for the zero order reaction we have studied, reverse is this case. The rate constant, it is independent of the concentration of the reactant, only for zero order reaction. Now let us see first order reaction. For that we have to obtain the mathematical expression for the first order reaction. So we consider the general reaction. A gives the product. A are the reactant that will give the product. This is general reaction. Now let the Ca be the initial concentration. Ca be the initial concentration or the concentration of the reactant. Then by applying the law of mass action or obtaining the expression for the rate constant, we will get the minus dA upon dt. So the constant decrease in the concentration of the reactant. If Ca is the concentration for the reactant A, then the mathematical expression becomes minus dCA upon dt. This is minus dCA upon dt. The minus sign indicates the reactant concentration goes on decreasing. So the rate is proportional to decreasing concentration of the reactant, or rate is proportional to the concentration of the reactant, that is Ca. So we are getting minus dCA upon dt is directly proportional to the Ca. Now for this equation we can put the proportionality constant. For this equation dCA minus dt, proportionality sign can be removed by putting the proportionality constant, that is K1. So we can write this equation as minus dCA upon dt equals to proportionality constant. Proportionality sign is removed here. So substituting it by K1 Ca. So after this we are getting the equation minus dCA upon dt equals to K1 into dt. So this dt, if it is present on the lower side, when it comes on the right hand side, it will goes to multiplication of K1. So we are getting minus dCA upon dt equals to K1 dt. So where K1 is the first order rate constant, or the rate constant for the first order reaction, or it is proportionality constant, or it is also called as the velocity constant. So it will be the equation first. Now this is the derivative. The equation, it is found to be derivative. In order to remove this derivative, we have to take the integration between the limits for dt and for Ca. So these two quantities are given in the equation, Ca and time, that is concentration and time. In order to remove the derivative, so we have to take the integration for the equation first, that is between the limits. For Ca, we can consider the limits Ca equals to C0 to Ca equals to Ca. So C0 will be the initial concentration of the reactant and Ca will be the final concentration of the reactant. So we can put these limits for the integration, and for time t we can put the limits t equals to 0 to t equals to t. So t will be 0 at the initial time, it will be 0 at the initial stage of reaction, and t will be t, it is the final time which is after completion of the reaction. So we can put this limit for this quantity in equation first. We will get integration, minus sign will comes out of the integration. So C0 Ca, this is the limit for integration, dCA minus Ca. So this Ca, it is dt, and we are getting the value, sorry, here Ca is given because this Ca comes here and dt comes at this position. So we are getting the minus dCA upon Ca. So Ca are the same quantity here. We have taken this on the one side, and dt is the another quantity we have taken on the right hand side. Again integration for the t time from 0 to t, we are getting k1 dt. So as the k1 is constant, it will comes out of the integration. So we are getting k1 from the limit 0 to 2 into dt. So this is the integration. Now in order to remove the integration, we have to take the log of this quantity, or for this equation we have to take the log. So we can say that ln Ca, or it will be the k1 dt equals to k1 dt. Therefore, if we take the log for this equation, so minus log of Ca, Ca is the quantity here, and we have taken the limits for the Ca, C0 to Ca. So we are getting minus ln Ca, C0 to Ca equals to k1 remains as it is because it is constant, and t is the variable here, Ca is also variable. So t will shows the limits between 0 to t. So t is the time, so we are getting the limit 0 to t. So we are getting this equation. Now again rearranging this equation, we are getting the minus this equation, it is obtained from this equation. Now this is the dCA upon Ca. So this is divided by Ca divided by Ca, or C0 here. So we are getting here ln of Ca into ln of C0. So this equation becomes Ca between the limits, because we are integrating C0 to Ca. Therefore it becomes minus ln Ca minus into minus ln C0. So here we have taken the initial concentration C0, and this is the final concentration. So in the taking log, we can, or in the integration, we have to subtract the final concentration to the lower concentration. So minus ln Ca minus into minus sign, because it is divided by. So this is minus sign as it is ln Ca, and this will be ln Co. This is Co, ln Ca minus log of C0. So this is, we are getting the minus sign equals to k1t. Therefore we can write here, we can rearrange this equation further. Minus becomes plus, therefore minus ln Ca plus ln C0 equals to k1t. k1t remains as it is. So here now minus become plus, so ln Co minus ln Ca, that means it becomes ln Co minus ln Ca, this quantity. So as it is minus, we can write is as ln C0 divided by ln Ca. So it becomes ln C0 divided by Ca equals to k1t. So we are getting this K1T. Now this equation is given in the form of log ln. So we have to change now log to the base 10. If we change the base of the log, then we can changing the equation to the base 10 to logs. We are getting log 10. So we are going to multiply this equation by log 10. We are getting log 10 into log 10 of C0 divided by Ca equals to K1T. So we know that we can, in the logarithm book, we can see the value of log 10. It is given 2.303. So we are getting log 10 value 2.303 into log of 10 equals to C0 divided by Ca equals to K1T. So we can rearrange this equation now. K1 is the first order rate constant. So K1 T, it is multiplied here. When it comes on the left hand side, it will goes below the log of 2.3303 divided by T. So it is multiplied, it becomes divided on the left side. So we are getting K1 equals to 2.303 divided by T into log of C0 upon Ca. So this is the equation given for the first order rate constant for the first order reaction. K1 is the first order rate constant here. Now this we have taken the concentration limit C0 to Ca. So this is the equation for the concentration. We have assumed that C0 to Ca. Now if we substitute this concentration by different quantity, just we have studied in the zero order reaction. If small a mole is the initial concentration of the reactant, then X mole of the reactant react in a time T, then the unreacted or the final concentration of the reactant becomes A minus X. So A minus X will be the final concentration or the unreacted concentration of the reactant. So if we put this value into equation, when C0 equals to A moles, that is initial concentration, then we can write this equation as C0 is replaced by A, that is initial concentration, and when Ca is the final concentration of the reactant is equals to A minus X, so it will be replaced by A minus X. So we are getting now final equation. For first order reaction, K1 equals to 2.303 divided by T into log of A upon A minus X. So this is the final equation for the first order reaction, and from this we can say that the first order reaction, it is proportional to the first order rate constant, it is proportional to the concentration of the reactant, directly proportional to the concentration of the reactant, and it is inversely proportional to the time. So this is the derivation and the main equation for the first order reaction. Now let us see which are the characteristics for the first order reaction. So in this case, the first is the nature of the graph. So in order to calculate the nature of the graph, we have to consider the first order rate constant equation. So this is the equation for the first order reaction we have written here. If we want to rearrange this equation, then we can write this as we can write this equation as 2.303 into log of a upon a minus x equals to k1t. Now we have to rearrange this equation further so that we will get 2.303 log of a minus log of a minus x equals to kt. Now this value of 2.303, it will goes here. We are getting log of a minus log of a minus x equals to k1 divided by 2.303 into t. So this is the rearranged equation here. Again this is log a. Log a, this is minus log of a minus x. So we can again rearrange this equation. So we are getting the equation of straight line, that is log a. If we change the sign, so by rearranging this equation, so what happens here? If log of a, it is given here, it becomes, if it goes to the right hand side, it will be the minus log of a, okay, and this remaining log of a minus x equals to k1 upon 2.303 minus log of a. Now if we change the sign for this equation, we will get log of a minus x equals to minus k1 2.303 plus log of a. So we are getting this equation, and we observed, if we carefully observe this equation, this is related to the equation y equals to mx plus c. So this y log of a minus x equals to k1 upon 2.303 into t plus log of a. So this is the equation for the straight line, where we can say that log of a minus equals to y, m equals to the value minus k1 upon 2.303, x will be the t and c will be the log of a. Now if we plot here, c is the intercept for the straight line equation, this c will be the intercept, this m is the slope of the graph, this is the straight line equation. So if we see value of the m is minus k1 upon 3.303 in this equation, okay, then c value of the c is the log a and y equals to log of a minus x. So we can write the graph, we can plot the graph here. We can say the graph is shown here. The graph will shows, it is plotted log of a minus x versus the time. So straight line is obtained. So we are getting the straight line. So this straight line is obtained. If we draw the slope on this straight line, we are getting slope equals to the value of minus k1 upon 2.303. So k1 is the minus slope into 2.303. So this is the characteristic of this first order reaction. Now from this slope we will get the value of the first order reaction constant, that is K1, from if we plot the graph. So by graphical method we can also determine the first order rate constant from the slope, that is K1 can be calculated as minus slope into 2.303. So this is the first characteristic. Now second is the half-life period for the first order reaction. Now half-life period is the time required to consume half of the reactant. So we can consider the basic equation for the first order rate constant. A is the initial concentration and A minus X will be the final concentration here. So we can put this as the A minus X final concentration. So half of the reactant is consumed. So A, it becomes A upon 2, and the remaining 50% of the concentration, again it becomes A upon 2. So the value of A minus X, that is unreacted or the final concentration of the reactant, will be A upon 2. And T is the half-life period. If we substitute this T time T with the half-life period, that is T half, we will get K1 equals to 2.303 divided by T of half into log of A upon 2. So we can calculate T half, it will comes on the left side and K1 comes on the right side. So we will get this value of 2.303 divided by K into log of, now this AA will get cancelled here and it is denominator, it comes on the upper side. So it becomes log 2. So log 2 multiplied by 2.303, we are getting 0.693. The value of this multiplication, 2.303 into log of 2, we are getting 0.693 divided by K1. So this is the half-life time or half-life period given for the first order reaction. So from this equation we can say that half-life period for the first order reaction, it is inversely proportional to the first order rate constant. So this is the second characteristic. Then third will be the units for the, what will be the units for the first order reaction? Now from this equation, T is the time and A upon A minus X is the concentration. So A upon A minus X, these both terms are the concentration terms. So they will get removed, their units are the same. So these both units will get cancelled out. So we are getting 2.303 divided by T. That is K1 is inversely proportional to the T. So only T term is remaining here. So the units of the K1, if the time is recorded in the second, so it becomes 1 upon time, that is inverse in second. So rate constant units are given, it is measured in per second. So we are getting the unit for the first order reaction, it is per second. So these three are the characteristics for the first order reaction. So now we will stop here, and in the next lecture we will discuss some problems of the first order reactions. Thank you.